The day of the incident was October 2nd, 2019. That was the day a former consumer came into the office and held me and 5 of my coworkers at gunpoint. The hostage situation ended with the consumer allowing me to leave after 2.5 hours of being held in the building with him at gunpoint, with me running out of the building and then him shooting the entire office up. The way the incident affected me was earth-shattering. It shook my very foundation and belief system in people. It made me question my judgment as it relates to working with consumers, my chosen profession. This is what I went to school for. This is what I'm in debt for, to the tune of $100,000. Paying for grad school, paying for undergrad school to get a master's degree in social work. And as a result of this incident, I no longer can work with consumers. I have a fear of working with consumers. When I met with Christian and Catherine, Christian seemed to pick up on the fact that I'm a not very emotional person, and no one else did. I don't cry easily. I don't show emotions, and that's how I was raised. We were raised to be strong Black women, and that is not something that you do. He picked up on that, and he was, and he shared that just in the meeting that we had with him. And that left an impact on me and my sister, and that is in part why we chose to go with him. The insurance company took the fact that I am not very emotional to mean that I was faking, and pretty much said as much as when it came to making an offer to us to settle this case. And it was very offensive. It was angering, it was very upsetting, and it wasn't fair. It wasn't right, because you're using the fact that I don't just cry at the drop of a dime to say that I'm lying, and that what I'm experiencing on a daily basis is not true. And it was very hurtful for me. Luckily, I had the support of Christian and Catherine to help me navigate the offers that were being put on the table that were not fair, that were not just, and were not equitable for what I had been through.
Sonia, I cannot, as much as I know the details, it's tough for me to really put myself in what you've been through. But on behalf of Catherine and Robert and the rest of our family here, it's been an absolute privilege and honor being able to represent you in such a terrible time of your life, and see you look great, and to get you on with your life again. It's very meaningful to us, and I want to thank you for that. I know we're friends, and we'll be friends for life.
Yes, we will.
Thanks.
And I can't thank the Goins Law Firm, as well as really you and Catherine more so than anyone else here. Y'all have been absolutely great. I've never been through a workers' comp case. I've never had to call an attorney for anything other than working with my consumers. So to have a attorney like yourself that went out of your way to build a rapport with me, to establish a relationship with me that made me feel comfortable coming to you with my problems. And not only in this situation, but when I had another family member have an incident, I reached out to you again. So thank you.
Well, you're great. We want to be able to help people who have real problems, and it's great that out of a tragedy we can actually form friendships.
Amen.
Thanks.